make me go crazy. Life lately, but no, can't fake, no. Gotta mold this clay, let go. Can't fake, no. Gotta mold this clay, let go. Wiggle, what I saw. What you see? I saw win, not a draw.
On this episode of Molding the Clay podcast, we're diving deep into the world of blended families, the challenges, the beauty, and everything in between. Now let's get into it. Welcome to Molding the Clay podcast, you guys. We are back for another week, and we are in the building today. Aren't we excited?
Yes, we are. And guess what? The wife of the Molding the Clay podcast birthday is on Monday, y'all.
Whoop, whoop.
She gonna be 45.
Don't tell everybody my age.
40, great, better embrace that. You better walk in there.
It is my birthday, y'all, and I'm super excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's gonna be a nice little turn up.
Yeah, we gonna turn up.
And I ain't even get a nap in, y'all. I ain't even get a nap in before we started. But
yeah, carry two tonight.
But y'all, we have a special treat for you guys today. We have been telling y'all for the longest that we are going to bring somebody special on the show, and she is here today, right?
Yes, she is.
So we are going to be discussing blended families, and so y'all already kind of know who that person is, right? So blended families are often seen as complicated or second best, but I'm here to challenge that. This episode is for anyone rebuilding after brokenness, the moms learning to co-parent, the step-parents showing up with love, and the kids navigating new dynamics. Blending a family takes patience, humility, and heart, but it can also bring healing and wholeness. It may not look like a fairy tale, but it can feel like home, because blended doesn't mean broken. It means we found a new way to belong. Molders, help us welcome today's guest, Miss Leslie Gonzalez.
Thank y'all.
Hey, baby mama.
Okay.
How you feeling?
I feel good.
Feeling good?
Excited. Thank y'all for having me.
Y'all, we got baby mama on the show.
Yes. So for y'all,
It's gonna be special.
it is. It's gonna be special.
About to get real hot up in here.
So y'all, this conversation gonna get deep, but let me just tell y'all, for those that don't know, because I know we have a lot of new followers and a lot of new molders and supporters. So this right here, this is how the Molding the Clay podcast forms, y'all.
Yes, it did.
We've been having our Molding the Clay podcast. It started in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, y'all remember that?
Yeah.
It started in the living room of our house during quarantine, during COVID. So this wasn't even supposed to be.
It was not.
So God works things out in mysterious ways, y'all. So my wife, she always wanted to do a podcast, right? And so she initially asked me, and I was like, hell no, I don't want to do no podcast, but I'll run the technology for you. Like, I'll film it.
Behind the scenes, y'all.
I'll film it. I'll make sure you got everything you need. And so
Amazing support.
she asked Leslie, y'all, Leslie is my ex-wife and my kid's mom. And so she asked us to do the first episode, y'all. And when we did that first episode, the response that we received
was huge.
It was crazy.
It was huge.
And everybody was like, I love y'all podcast together on relationships. I'm like, wait a minute now. I ain't signed up for this. I was asked to be a guest. And so that's how the Molding the Clay podcast started.
Already.
You better don't start that crying shit.
All right.
I got that. And it just built from there. But I feel like that gave people the opportunity to kind of learn our dynamic and who we are and how we operate as a family. You know what I'm saying? Because people can look at us and kind of make their own perceptions about our relationship. And
them motherfuckers be like, God damn, what the fuck they got going on over there? It's crazy though, because look, it's so crazy because I was with one of my partners yesterday and we actually had her on the podcast, her and her lady, and she said, I thought y'all just be out here just dating everybody, like y'all just date people separate, and I ain't know what. I said, hold on now, hold on. I said, absolutely not. I said, we just have a good time.
Yeah, but I felt, even from the beginning, I told you, and I told my wife, I was like, I don't have a problem with Leslie. You know, I always felt like she was a beautiful woman. I love the kids. And I'm like, why can't we all just get along? Like, I don't have no beef with you. You ain't never done nothing to me. So at the end of the day, you love them kids. Y'all had a relationship and a marriage at one point in your life.
Facts.
So why would I have a problem with that?
Right.
And we need to come together for these kids.
And I'm going to look in the camera to say this. Fellas and masculine presenting women, let me tell you, it can work. So what I had to do is when me and Tiana started dating, I had to completely step out the way. You remember that? And she was meeting you to get the kids when it was my weekend to get the kids sometimes if I was at work and I couldn't meet you. You know what I'm saying? But it also took you too. You was a grown ass woman to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you were.
I respected y'all's relationship because I always felt like you deserved that happiness and for someone to love you the way I couldn't back then. So I was just happy that, you know what I'm saying, you found somebody to do that. So that just filled my heart with joy because she deserves it.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah, I appreciate it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh my God, don't do it.
Sorry, y'all.
Don't do it. We just started. It ain't even, we ain't even got 15 minutes into the conversations. Yeah.
Just like
So when I first came, so when me and Clay first got together, I know that was kind of rough on the kids when I was coming around. It was so rough because I think Asia was like 4 or 5.
Yes.
She was young.
Cortez was like 6 or 7.
I remember him running away when we broke up.
He ran away.
Yes.
Yeah, it was hard.
And they tried to give me hell.
They did, baby.
Yeah.
They tried to give
Asia. I think it was more so Asia.
It was more so Asia.
Our daughter.
But you know, because I have kids, I understood that.
Yeah.
And so I didn't feel no type of way. I didn't take offense to it. I was just, it made me feel bad because I'm like, oh my God, like these kids, because I know how much you love them. And it wasn't just that y'all was together, y'all were married. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so when you have a big difference like that and and there's kids involved, it don't just affect y'all, it affects the children. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what made me really want to blend our family together because I'm like, I don't ever want the kids to feel left out or feel like they're not still loved. You know what I'm saying? So when me and Clay became about, how did that make you feel? Because I know you said that you was okay with it.
Her ass is over there in La La Land.
Whatever.
She was for the streets.
I forgot what. Excuse
No,
me,
you
y'all.
can be yourself. Be yourself. Be
I'm
yourself.
gonna get street on the real quick, y'all. Okay, but no, I was happy for you. Cause that's, you know, I just knew that I was broken, you know, and I was broken, and I just wasn't ready to love someone like Clay at that moment, you know. So,
Oh Lord,
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get through this.
Don't do it.
Anyway, so she deserved it. So I was just happy for her. But I know it was rough because, you know, we were in love, you know, and I know it was hard for her to communicate with me. And then, so that's why, you know what I'm saying, I had to communicate with her, in which I understood that at some point in my life later on, you know, because I had made amends with us separating, because I had to set her down and be honest with her, you know, because I'm not the type to step out on relationships no matter what we're going through. So that's why I set her down and was just honest with you, you know, because at the end of the day, although I know it broke your heart, but I just
crushed it, stomped it, walked all over it, hit it with a mat truck.
Like I told y'all before, if I ever had another chance to love Clay, I would not fumble that ever again. You know what I'm saying? So never. And you being a part of her now, you know, and just the way you love her and just do for her, she deserves it. And just like you deserve it too. But as far as coming, you know, us meeting through her, you know, I always, like, even before when we had our conversation a few years ago, I just appreciated that. And that filled my heart with joy. So it was more so, I was just glad to see you smile and happy at some point. You know, I know you were still dealing with the hurt. But, and again, you know, it's, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. I appreciate it. It's all good. You know, that was just...
And thank you. You know, thank you.
I think things happen for a reason because, you know what I'm saying? Like, it birthed this right here.
Absolutely.
And through everything, like, we've always been able to remain the best of friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We did go a while without talking, like when it first was fresh and all that,
Yeah.
because of course we had to heal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing, like, I couldn't see her. And me, you talk about me.
Yeah.
We talk about this. I couldn't see her, so like when it came time for me to get our daughter, she had to send a backpack to school on Friday. Remember that with our daughter? She had to send a backpack to school, and I pick her up from school, and I keep her the weekend. I drop her to school on Monday, so I wouldn't see her. But then, you know what I'm saying? As I healed and did what I need to do and heal myself from it, then that's when you came along.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was able to, you know what I mean, be able to open myself up to have conversations. I think that's when we started talking about getting the kids and things
Yeah.
like that. And then what I did is I completely stepped out the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of times when it comes to co-parenting and when women do have a problem with it or men do have a problem with it, is because a lot of times they still trying to smash their baby mama.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Or they're still trying to maneuver through that hurt, you know, and don't know how to deal, or like they maybe put that trauma away and don't want to bring it back to resurface it because they don't want to feel that feeling anymore, or maybe afraid of feeling it, you know, not knowing, am I really healed from this, you know, and if I go back to, you know, having a normal conversation with a person or building this friendship with them, is that trauma going to resurface where I actually have to deal with it, because I went through so much already trying to push it in,
Right.
and trying to live, you know, with it, you know, so like, you know, I think about stuff like that because I've done it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I've done it.
That's true. So how did you feel, Les, the first time that we all got together?
I remember that. I was actually going to bring that up, which is trying to get out my head. See how we do the intertwine. So it was it somebody's birthday? It was a pool party when y'all were still in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Remember that? That was my very first time coming
at the
around.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had brought the kids over, and that's when I met your kids for the first time. And they actually accepted me, which I was shocked. You know, because like you said, I'm used to people's kids like being mean and being like, you just stay alone, ain't want to talk. So I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then I knew how much I hurt you, so I still felt like I was kind of walking on eggshells. And then I also was getting to know you, so I didn't know if you were the type of woman like, oh, is she looking at her type, you know what I'm saying? Because you got the type of people out there, right? But I don't know.
You don't know.
This is my first time coming around y'all together, and then me and you trying to rebuild our friendship, and then, you know, you have a new woman now, and it's like, how is she? So this was when that first time at that pool. I don't know if it was a birthday. Maybe we was just
No, we was just
gonna
hanging
hang
out.
out.
Yeah, we was just hanging out.
So that was the first time I really got to sit down and talk to you, Tiana. And from that moment on, I had fell in love with her, and I knew then that Clay had found the right person at that time for her, to help her, you know, continue her healing journey, and just y'all building, like, look at y'all now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love this for y'all.
Yeah, and it's funny because I don't think I ever mentioned this to either one of y'all, but that day I realized, and I told myself, I was like, they have to keep their relationship. Y'all have to remain friends. And because I could tell that you still had love for her.
Absolutely.
And I can tell that Clay still had love for you. Because outside of your relationship, both of y'all had always said, that's my best friend.
For sure.
And I didn't want to be the one to come in and fuck that up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that conversation that I had with you, I instantly was like, okay, Tiana, you can tell that the love is still there. They are still friends. There are kids involved. Like, you have to be an adult about this situation. And I knew then that you wasn't somebody that was gonna try to
be disrespectful.
be disrespectful or anything
and I
like
made that clear too.
Absolutely. And I knew that from that moment.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I can see all of us being cool.
Yes.
So there was nothing that I was going to do to try to mess that up or come in between what y'all had or what y'all needed to do for them kids or for y'all or whatever. But I felt like that was the start of all of this that we have now, because from that moment, we just always just been cool.
Yeah.
Because I look at Les like, well, she one of my best friends.
Yeah,
like, she one of my sisters. You know what I'm
Your
saying?
sister wife.
My sister wife.
Get it right. Get it right.
So you gotta tell the story about, because my wife leaving stuff out. She gotta tell the story about her Facebook surfing and seeing me or you on Facebook and plotting against me. Like if I could get both of them.
I got a question.
No, don't you start.
Okay, I got a question. Go ahead.
So before me and Clay even started dating, y'all was married. I was still married to my ex.
Yep.
And me and Clay, we met on some friendship business type of stuff.
Facts.
But seeing y'all on Facebook, I used to always, every time I saw y'all pictures together, I'd be like, God damn, both of them fine. Shit. I'm like, if I could just put myself right there in the middle, that would be like the perfect dynamic there. Like, and I had always told myself that, like,
she manifested it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
You manifested. I don't think you prayed for it, but you manifested.
Oh yeah,
the hell out of it.
I definitely did, and I'm still manifesting it.
Oh.
You know, and fast forwarding it to that about manifesting that, y'all know, I've been kind of scared to just kind of, you know, jump in to the polygamy part of it. I know you're inviting me in with open arms, and I know we'll make an amazing team. But also, it's like, you know, if something does happen, do I lose my best friend?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that's always been a question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. You know, and it's like, although I know, you know, respectfully, I would never hold nothing back, and I've never been that type. You know, even when Clay came to the house by herself to drop the kids off or bring them, I've never not once, you know, tried to get on her or try to. Can I cuss on here?
Yes.
Try to fuck her. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you fine. I miss you. You know what I'm saying? Come back home. None of that shit. You know?
Yeah.
Because I respected you. But at the end of the day, not because, but I'm just not that type of woman. You feel me?
Facts.
So,
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna be honest, because had you did do that, I would have been like, as long as I can come. Yes.
Do y'all see what I'm dealing with right here?
you know.
Do y'all understand?
Yeah, that would have been my response.
Talk about that moment.
Y'all can talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. I'm just gonna stay over here in my little corner.
Popping out already.
I'm just gonna stay over here in my little corner.
So I know that we have tried this before. I feel like we've tried this several times. You know, the first time I think I might have fucked it up.
Oh man, you scared the heck out of me. I'm not gonna lie. You did.
I did.
Scared me.
But you know what? It's kind of like, you know, when you have people in your ear telling you stuff, it throws you off, and it kind of, you know, kind of put the blinders on of how you was originally feeling, so it makes you rethink stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Doubt your own.
I think a lot of it too was that. I think that was your first time seeing Leslie in our old element, like with all her family, like coming over.
Yeah, because it was New Year's Eve.
Yeah, and we had a house full.
I came down for Christmas here to Atlanta to kick it with y'all,
and we had an amazing.
Man, we had a great time with all the kids.
We was salsa and dancing in the kitchen.
Next holiday, y'all were coming to me, and what y'all did, which was New Year's Eve, and then, you know, everybody knows Clay. It was 6-7 years. We were together, 8. You know, so that's a long time, you know. So my dad, you know, she done been to Puerto Rico with me, met my dad, my grandma, you know, everybody. So when they seen her, everybody loves Clay. You know, she's a likable person, you know what I'm saying? And they love her. And so, and I think that kind of just, I don't know how it made you feel, but I had to apologize just for that. And I did, and I kept like, where's Tiana? You know, it was New Year's Eve, and we popped the bottle because you were feeling some type of way, and that made me feel some type of way.
Right.
And I think it was something more to it than that. It was something that happened that I think kind of made you like, hold on, wait a minute. I don't know if it was just in your mind. I'm gonna let you speak on it, but it's like, you know, I don't know, you know, I guess you doubted yourself or whatever on it and got scared and maybe just retracted from everything and just kind of kept to yourself, which I get it, because I'm like that too. When I feel some type of way, let me just stay to myself and just try to deal with it myself. But
it was a number of things that was going on that weekend. It wasn't just with that. It was
your
my mom.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
Like being able to come to my hometown and not be able to see my mom, not being invited to see my mom. So that was fucking with me too. You know what I'm saying? And so it was just a whole bunch of different emotions going on. And y'all already know my anxiety. Once it get on 10, it's hard to bring that shit down to 0.
Yeah.
So thoughts be just wondering.
Yeah. Oh, I get it.
But after the fact, I was like, God damn it, Tiana.
But
it
we
was finna go there. Then it came back down. It finna take off a land. And that motherfucker said we got mechanical issues, and it had to come back down to the ground. And that motherfucker ain't took off yet.
Well, we did sit down and talk about it the next day.
That was the most amazing thing.
We had that conversation,
and y'all both
we
was crying.
cried.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there shaking my head.
But after that, I started getting doubt in my head.
Yeah.
Which was like, but think about it. If you go somewhere and I'm alone with Clay and we do our thing or whatever the case may be, you come back home, are you going to feel that way?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that started to scare me, because then again, it's like, damn, I don't want to lose my friendship with Clay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I love this woman and I love you so much. I love both of y'all so much. And the last thing I want to do is lose y'all's friendship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
I think we all have to grow to that point, because I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't want the dynamic that we have now to be ruined.
Right.
I don't want to lose you as my best friend, my sister. I don't want to lose you as that. So it's kind of like you want to make sure that you tread lightly and you like fully understand what comes with that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I think we all come to that point to where we finally get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we all want the same things. We all don't want to mess up.
Yes.
What, you know what I'm saying? What we built from this. Because it ain't just about us. We have children.
Yes.
Facts. And they are very close.
Yeah,
and they
are.
love each other. And they love when we spend holidays together. They love when we go out of town together.
Yeah.
Like, because it's just not... It's not just a one-time thing. Like, this is, we go to visit you in Nashville. You come visit us. Like, we take trips. Like, this is, like, really a family thing. You know what I'm saying?
Be honest. And I think those moments like that, when we get together and do family, things, honestly, I feel like those are the best moments in my kid's life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just that dynamic. Like, it just fulfills their heart with so much love and joy.
Yeah, no matter how
and I
old they
noticed that
get.
because their whole demeanor changes when we do, that Christmas we came together. Like, it was a big old family thing, man.
We had a ball. It was like a week long, wasn't it?
Yeah, like I had all the kids. Everybody, like, it was just like, and I feel like that is the most love.
Yeah.
And just that moment for them. You know what I'm saying? Because I could tell as a mother, you can tell when your kids are down happy and just super excited about stuff. And just over the years, that's the most I done seen them just be fulfilled.
And we love it though, because you can never get too much love. You know what I'm saying? And that's a part of it too. People think it's just for sexual pleasures and things like that. When you blend, and it's more than that. It's building generational wealth. It's having the love of a family, having somebody to lean on, having people to have your back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A foundation where you can trust, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why y'all think if I'm Hispanic, but don't take this wrong. But why y'all think Mexicans is 22 or 3-bedroom house?
There you go. For real.
And they be packed in one car because they stack their bread. But although they send it back to their family, but at the same time, they got money.
I know. You ain't got to tell me.
Because they working together.
You ain't got to.
And for them, they might not all be doing an orgy, but you got
but they got
different families that are working together and building, and that's the way I feel like to survive out here.
Yeah. Even though we don't officially we are not officially in a relationship, but I feel like we have that dynamic.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because
we goddamn do. Because this lady we got a group chat, y'all, for our motors. For our motors, we got a group chat. Me, Tiana, and Leslie. So she came down for her baby birthday, and then she came down to bring my daughter down for Mother's Day. So I can spend Mother's Day. We can all be together on Mother's Day, y'all. And so she in the group chat. She's like, I need my toes done. I need this.
I ain't even gonna show them in the camera, y'all.
And I was like, it's okay, boo, I got you.
Yes.
Like, where you do that at? So I would just be like, but I love it. I love it. 'Cause it's not hard for me. Like, it's never been hard for me to be a parent.
Right.
To still co-parent. It hasn't been hard for me. Like, I don't have to pick and choose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a question. So going back to you all dating other people, other, bringing them in. I feel like I get why me, because we're already a family, but why didn't it work out for you with anyone else?
I just
Can I ask that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yes, whatever you want to ask, girl.
See, now you finna get me in trouble because I know the people that try to
I'm
shoot
sorry.
their shot is
I'm
listening
sorry.
with their ear because I just don't. For me, I
It's okay, baby.
for me, I just don't like. It's not a priority for me.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? Like it's not a must-have for me.
Okay.
Like I'm a very busy person, and they say you make time for what it is that you really want.
Absolutely.
And so I don't want to feel like it's a job I'm going to. I want it to
Yeah.
be something that I really like. I'm like, okay, this is my family. Okay, this is who I want to spend time with. I don't want it to, and I'm not there yet. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to stuff like that, I'm not there yet.
Yeah. See, with you, it comes naturally because you are already a part of her life. So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
But that's what she always wanted. That she wanted.
Yeah,
this. It
right,
manifested.
right.
I looked at her like she was weird as hell.
I know she's like,
was
her,
like-
hell no.
I said, I did. What I say?
I know.
When you said, I said, hell no.
And I know you still got some
That's what it is.
doubts about it because of the things that I took you through, you know.
Because I still, and it's me. Like I'm healed, completely healed. That's
Yeah.
how we're able to
Right,
have the relationship we have. But in my mind, I still see you as that 20-something-year-old, that 21-year-old, that 22-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
I was 19.
19,
20.
yeah, 20, that age.
y'all was still kids.
I know, but I was
peep
in my mind. When somebody hurt you,
Yeah.
you still see them back there. Like
Right,
she's
right.
a grown ass woman now. You know what I'm saying? And I could tell like a lot has changed about her for sure. Just the way
Yeah.
she think, the way she handles stuff, the way she speaks her emotions. Just like like her.
Because you said she ain't never used to do that.
Hell no. She
And I
used
can
to be
speak on that,
solid
too.
as a rock.
Was.
She was like.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? In the beginning, I broke that wall all the way down.
Yeah.
But you know how sometimes life happens and it builds the wall back up, even though you break it down. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I think I still see her in that light as that 20-year-old that I had when she was.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's understandable.
And I know you trying to get her to unsee that.
I'm
always trying to get her to unsee that.
I do unsee it. And my wife got her work cut out for her because she be trying to get me to see a lot of stuff, and I just
Well, let me be clear. Leslie is the only one that I want you to unsee that for. You know what I'm saying?
I have.
Because it's not just about us having a relationship together intimately or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's about the friendship part too, us being a family.
Right.
I don't want you to still see her as that person because she's not that same person.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know that.
So if it ever does develop into more, then you will be good with that. You know what I'm saying? Because you see her as a different person now.
Right. Fact.
Yeah.
Because I'm manifesting that.
And just a little background. I didn't cheat on Clay. It was more so me growing up. I was in an abusive relationship at the age of 14 all the way till I was about 17, almost 18 years old. Like I used to go to school with rings around my neck. This man put a gun to my head, in front of my son. And it was like, if I can't have you, can't nobody have you type thing.
Yeah.
And then, after that, there was another relationship I was in where he just used to talk about me and just like, nobody wants you. You got this kid, you know what I'm saying? And you're ugly and all that, and I started believing it.
Yeah.
And that's all I knew, because my father figure wasn't there, So I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah.
But it was rough. So when I met her, it was like she was gentle. She put me up on this pedestal and just loved me through the bitterness, and I was just so mean to her. Oh man, I was so mean to her, but I was dealing with shit, so.
Yeah. Don't cry.
Pause, tissue. No. Anyway, no. We good. But
You don't need no.
yeah, I'm good.
It just-
So that's where that came from. And then she just like communicated with me and I just rejected it, and I was just still mean. And then it was like at some point after about 6-7 years, and I'm like, damn, like this woman's still with me even after all this mess, and it's like, why am I doing this? And that's when my mentality started opening up. I'm still young, but it's like, damn, she still loves me. There are still good people out here, So, but I was so far into it that I think I was just scared to just like actually try it or something. You know, I don't know why. It was just some weird fucked up ass feeling mentally.
Trauma. The mental behind it. You know what I'm saying? You had people in your life tearing and breaking you down mentally. And so when you finally get somebody good, you don't know how to deal with that. You don't know how to let somebody in to love you the proper way.
And at that moment, I knew she deserved better, so I just I had to let her go because I didn't deserve you at that time. I didn't. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said I was just happy that you came along and showed her what I couldn't at that moment. You feel me? So.
Sorry.
So that's what I mean by treating her fucked up, not cheating on her like I was some hoe or something, because I wasn't that. So
for sure,
but that's what that is. And but I will say, after Clay, I did a whole 360 because she taught me how to love myself. And then that's when I knew then, like, there are still good people in this world. So everybody deserves a chance before you start accusing them of, hey, you cheating on me. But you ain't gave me no reason why, you know what I'm saying, why I'm doing that or whatever. I'm like, who you texting? Who you talking to? You know what I'm saying? Where the fuck you going? It's like, damn, bitch, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't did nothing to you. Why you treat me like that? You know, everybody deserves a chance until they show you otherwise. And that's just how I carry myself now, you know.
That's amazing.
So, like, I had got in a relationship. It was like about some years ago, and the guy was like, who you texting? And I'm like, first of all, dude, we just started dating. You know what I'm saying? Who are you to question me like that? I ain't did nothing to you. And come to find out, he was the one cheating.
Yeah.
And he was still dealing with his ex and stuff. So it was but that's that on that. So that's what I mean by, let me look into the camera. I wasn't no hoe. You for sure. You for sure wasn't. That wasn't what it was. No hoe.
I think the longest part of it was that, and I appreciate the apology. You know, you apologized a million times, and I understand, and I know, like, I'm grown enough to know that in that moment when I was giving you the love that I did, like, you just was not ready for that. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that.
But deep down inside, you were helping me heal from myself, I guess. It's the proper way to do it. And I appreciate you for that.
I appreciate you too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, because if this woman never came into my life, I probably would have still been that bitter ass female and not ever learned how to love and dealing with these fucked up ass people that keep treating me messed up.
Over here too, because she taught me the same thing. Because it was hard for me to let people in to love me for a long time. So when she came into my life, I was the same way. I'm just like, no. This too good to be true. Ain't nobody this good.
Yes, right, right.
Ain't nobody this good. You know, but then I had to take a step back and was like, Tiana, it's okay to let somebody love you the way you deserve to be loved. It's okay. So I didn't run, because normally I run. But I didn't do that this time. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let my baby love me and see what happens.
But you know what, though? Y'all got a similar past. Y'all got a similar ass past. Like, it's crazy that y'all got a similar. Y'all got so much.
Told me that.
Y'all got so much in common that it's crazy that y'all got in common from y'all past. Like, if y'all just said that, and y'all probably have already did. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about. But y'all got a similar past. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think it's time to kind of like clear the air about some things, because you know how people be thinking that we all fucking, or you fucking her, we fucking,
we just out here pulling up straps, bending each other over and shit.
Camera. I have
pulling
not
the Kevin Gates
intimately. I have not intimately been with Leslie since the moment we split up.
That is correct.
That is correct.
We have not.
We have not.
They have not.
Okay. Now that we cleared the air with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we cleared the air with.
Don't do me. Do not do me.
No, baby would be like, baby just be looking at us like, what the fuck
but
have I got myself into?
I feel like what it was, I don't know if it was because you were still kind of hesitant about everything, because you still see me as that 19, 20-year-old back then. And then on top of that, we are just now getting to where we were trying to build that. Not, we already have that relationship, that family dynamic, but trying to get into that intimate setting of being
Yeah.
together, you know, like this is my girlfriend and this is my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
But it took a long. But I'm proud of us because before it even got to that point to where we even thinking about doing anything, we've just been able to just be and just be a family and just be able to hang out and you know what I'm saying, be with the kids, and the kids have great relationships and do different things with the kids, and the communication, like you would check me, like if I do something regarding our children, like you'll call me, you'll be like, hey Clay, such and such, when our kids told me this or that, and let's talk about it. Like I love the fact that we can all just talk about certain things and how we want to move forward with the kids and hear each other out and still be on the same page. Like not we get off the phone and you doing something totally different outside of what we discussed. Like no, we on the same page with everything, and I definitely appreciate that.
Yeah. And the fact that I feel 100% included.
Oh yeah,
and
for
that
sure.
when it comes to, you know, the kids, because it's not just with, you know, my kids, it's with y'all kids too. So it's like to feel 100% included in that, like that's so special to me. Yeah, because you know, because if y'all don't have a conversation with one of them, I'm having a conversation with her. You know what I'm saying? For sure. And I love the fact that I'm mama. You know, I'm Mama Tiana. Like that just warms my heart so much, you know, because I'm like, oh my God,
like what your youngest?
It's gonna be a whole 13 years later, like, but just to see them grow up, you know, just to see them grow up and where they are today.
With our baby graduating next week.
Oh man, how time flies.
Man.
Yeah,
she going off to college in a couple of months, y'all.
College or the Air Force.
Yeah.
And
we got 2 more after that.
No, we got one more.
2 more after that.
Oh yeah, we got 2 more. Yeah, we got 2 more. We got 2 more.
It's just 'cause, baby girl just all the way down there. That's
all the way down there.
So, what advice would y'all give to somebody who is having issues co-parenting with their child's mother or father? What type of advice would y'all give to make it work based on what we've been through?
I couldn't say what we've been through, but you know, in my past experience, not personally this one,
gotcha.
But with my because you know, after you, I had another baby or whatever, and she's about to be 7. And what's crazy is what you did with me, I was trying with that person and they were just so mean to me, and I felt like that was my karma. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it was like, okay, I guess I just have to accept this shit for what it is. But I moved on from it, and it was like, all right, you know, I get it now. You know what I'm saying? It's like I got my ass whooped. Like, don't you ever do one of my angels like that. This is how that shit feel. But anyway, that's beside the point. Just put your differences aside. The kids are innocent. They don't have nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? We get you're hurt. Whatever the trauma may have been, like, it's not worth you carrying that anger for years and years, because you could possibly be missing out on something that could bloom and be amazing, like this dynamic right here.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know if I'm hurting for something, or like, I don't ever have to worry. If I lose my house, I know I got y'all. You know what I'm saying? A call on, like, well, you know what I'm saying? We got you. Come move your ass down here, and vice versa.
For sure.
You know, and like, I just feel like, just put your differences aside. It's not worth the pain. It's not even worth your energy, even holding that grudge. You know, just do it for yourself and do it for the kids. You know.
I think the most important thing is, if you find yourself finding it difficult to have a co-parenting relationship, or even accept I think the main thing is somebody accepting the fact that that person has moved on to somebody else. But I feel like if you find something that's on common grounds with that person, find out what you have in common with them. Because like you said, you holding on to that hate and that grudge and that hurt, you could possibly be missing out on something great, a great relationship. So if you're not going to do it for yourself, at least do it for the children. So find something that you have that's in common with that person, because that's something that you can build off of.
Yep.
Moving forward, you can build off of that. And I feel like it's not worth the hate and the drama and the arguing and all of that with your baby mama or your baby daddy or whatever you got. It's pointless. Do you want to do this all your life?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
because
misery,
it's the
man.
best feeling in the world to be able to come together as a family and have birthdays and holidays and vacations and all of these things together. Because what you fail to realize is that these kids are loving that.
Yes.
To be able to see their parents loving on each other and getting along, and we all loving on the kids, like that's the most important thing, and people need to start thinking about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because what are you really arguing about? Because you're not together no more.
Right. Love conquers all.
Yeah.
Every situation with love, but also recognize that some people are just, you know what I'm saying, could be broken or dealing with mental issues and things like that, because that's real, you know.
Right.
So just don't continue on and taking yourself through it and trying to work it out. You know, if you see that it's not working and you're doing the best you can, it's like at this point, you know, sometimes all you need to do is just leave it up to God.
Right. Yeah.
That's what you do.
And heal from it.
Come around and manifest it.
Yeah, manifest it.
So we gonna end on that note, y'all. that was a good conversation. So
That's it.
we appreciate you coming to the
Thank
show.
you
for having me.
It's been long overdue. We had to have a full circle moment on how this Smoke Clay podcast got started. We love you too.
And it's not the one.
We definitely love you too. So Leslie,
Go ahead.
tell the people where they can find you on social media.
So at the THE _Rican RICAN _goddess.
Okay. She don't really be on social media like that, y'all.
At the _Rican _goddess. I think. Is that right?
I don't know.
See, that's how much I don't be on social media like
We're
that.
gonna tag you. We're gonna tag you.
I ain't trying to show my age, y'all, but I do be having to ask my kids, how you do this? How you open up TikTok?
All right, Molders, we appreciate y'all tapping in to the Mold and Clay podcast, where you can catch us every Friday on YouTube, y'all. Y'all know our motto: keep God and love first in everything you do, and you already see it. He'll elevate your path like no other.
Amen.
Until next time, y'all, we out.
Yes.
Won't make me go crazy. Life lately, but no, can't fake it, no. Gotta mold this clay, let go. Can't fake it, no. Gotta mold this clay, let go.